Good morning, everybody. Let's start here.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir? Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign? We'd love to hear your thoughts, sir.
Should he be on the ballot, sir?
Hear his thoughts. You can't hear his thoughts. He doesn't have any fucking thoughts. Anyway, good morning. Happy Monday. That's all I'm going to say on that particular item right there. But if you are curious if evil lives and lurks among us, there's your sign. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you had a great weekend. Welcome. Appreciate everybody being here. And let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, let's get that up there because, you know, heaven forbid. And Automatic Beats in the house. Good morning. Chris, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you guys in the chat already. Yeah, sorry. That's what I got. This country is in serious distress, unfortunately. And you know what? If for whatever reason you don't like it, don't let the stream hit you in the ass on the way out. Facts are what they are. Appreciate it. All right. Anyway, welcome. Let's get to the markets because last I checked, Bitcoin was over 70K again. Let's see if that is still the case. Bring that up right now. Matter of fact, let me rearrange this a little bit right now. Here we go. Whoops. Wrong button. And put up the not financial advice. And let's refresh that page. Survey says, oh, back down below 70K, 69,879. Oh, well, you know, it's, I don't know. It's teetering with the 70K mark, which is okay by me. Let's see. What else we got? Ethereum still holding steady in the $3,800 mark. It got those gains right before the ETF announcement, and it's pretty much held them ever since. BNB back up above 600 bucks, up 5.5% over the last 7 days at 634.58, looking mighty strong. And Solana, let's not forget Solana, even though it's pretty much holding steady in about where it is, 166.40. Again, Solana is still going to do well in this coming cycle, no doubt about that. Yeah, here we go. Solana to the moon. What does that say? Rocket red counter. Oh, I see. It's supposed to be a gift, but it didn't show up for some reason. Hey, Mike, welcome. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. And the soul moon bag. There you go, Chris. I know everybody's got a bag of Solana, so everybody looking forward to kind of moving on up. So, like I said, Solana 166.40. XRP holding steady above 50 cents at 52 cents. Doge still above 16 cents. That's awesome. Cardano about 45 cents. That's fine. AVAX, look at this, down almost 4%, 35.97. Still a good buy. Chainlink still up 4% over the last week, 18.10. But to me, anything below 20 bucks, you know, I think that's a good buy. Tron still in that 11-cent mark. BCH, again, for what it's meant to be used for, 470.31. Excuse me. It's allergies. It's pollen. The pollen has turned my car yellow, and I'll tell you what, whew, it is kicking my allergies butt right now. Anyway, Uniswap, even though it's down almost 12%, still looking pretty good. $9.76, but back down below that $10 mark. Polygon, Matic, still below $1, down 3% overall in the last 7 days, 70 cents. Pepe, I'm surprised it's not up more with the whole return of Roaring Kitty and them halting trading again on GameStop stock. Say that 5 times fast. Cheers. Anyway, I mean, that's their MO. Just stop because they don't want to have everybody who's doing the shorting getting their ass handed to them. You know, they're part of the big boy, good old boys club. Oh crap, I hit Litecoin by accident there. Sorry about that. Litecoin 83.77. What else we got here? Render, one of the items that's on the new crypto portfolio that you can vote for every Friday night, 7 p.m. Crypto on the Rocks, $10.09. H bar looking pretty steady right here in that 10-cent mark. Caspa looking good, up almost 8%, 15 cents on Caspa. Can't not go by whiff, and up about 4.5%, $3.39. That's a little move up there for whiff. We'll take that, I guess. Filecoin did not make the cut for the D pins in the next cycle, $5.93. Come on, let's see. Anything else? Arweave did not make the cut, up 10.8%, 43.55. Monero, I like privacy coins. I think they're going to play a huge role, up 9% in the last 7 days, 155.92. And I think we're going to call it right there as far as the market is concerned, and get into what we're going to talk about today. For those, I mean, it's basically been in the news cycle since Friday, the 11th hour veto. Technically, he had until Tuesday to veto or not. The SAB-121 repeal, Biden, and he did what most politicians do. They drop something late hour after 5 p.m. on a weekend, on a Friday night. So hopefully it gets lost in the weekend news cycle and nobody sees what is going on. 100 Air in the house. Welcome. And welcome to Hendrix Solidero of Christ, if I got that correct. And no, I do not, but hopefully somebody in the comments can help you with that particular cryptocurrency. So here we are. Again, late Friday night, Biden decided to veto the bipartisan passed bill to overturn the SEC accounting rules, the SAB-121. And you know what? I mean, he did say he was going to do it, but then he came out and said, well, you know what, maybe I want to work with crypto because, Trump came out and said, there's a place for crypto in my administration, and made a bunch of positive statements about crypto. And, then the Biden administration came up. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do this. There's a couple of videos I'm going to show you that are going to recount that pretty extensively, and I'll let them do the proverbial talking here. But in this next one, it's basically another article about the veto by Biden on Friday. But there's a couple of quotes that I wanted to hang on one second. I bring that up like that for you so you can see it a little bit better. I wanted to go over. So as we kind of slide on down here, Biden's reasons for behind his bold move. I don't know how bold it was. He's a freaking idiot. But anyway, here we go. So he said this reversal of the considered judgment of the SEC staff in this way risks undercutting the SEC's broader authorities regarding accounting practices. So basically, he's saying, the SEC needs full reign to do whatever the hell they please, because this, regulation for enforcement is where it should be. But let's not get me going. Matrix Money Podcast has been tweeted by, well, that's awesome, by Deeper Network. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Nice. Nice. You guys, if you haven't already signed up for the Matrix Money podcast and watch that channel, link is in the description of this live. Go ahead, follow. Appreciate that. Thanks for that heads up, Mike. I had no idea. That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Anyway, so basically, he wants to give the SEC the full reign to do what it has been doing and, continue its, regulations or enforcement actions. He further added that my administration will not support measures that jeopardize the well-being of customers and investors. It's like, are you freaking kidding me right now? You guys did nothing to protect investors from FTX because you guys were too busy taking money from FTX. And the Biden administration took probably the most money. Go to cryptocoinmindset.com, search up Biden, and you will see that Sam Bankman-Fried was one of the largest, and crypto was one of the largest donors to the Biden campaign back in 2020, and the largest crypto donor. Go check out my blog. I'm sorry. So to say that he doesn't want to, leave consumers on the lurch, we're here to protect you. You ain't here to protect nobody but your own damn selves. Let's be honest. Hence the flag in the background. So, and let's be completely honest. Here we are today, and what are they doing? Shutting down trading on GameStop. Why do I keep saying that? GameStop stock. Oh boy, gotta have a little fun, I suppose. So yeah, they're not here to help anybody. And now this I didn't even see until the end. I guess Charles Hoskinson took to X and said the war on crypto continues. That's the thumbnail I had for this particular live stream. I had no idea he even said that. That's kind of funny, but it's 100% true. Let's see, what do we got? Automatic beat saying Republicans would have been the highest donor if they had been in office. Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried was trying to buy influence inside of the government, which is why he patted. And I'm not saying he didn't, and Republicans didn't take donations, because they absolutely did. But you notice the bigger donations were on those areas of influence, like Maxine Waters, like Joe Biden. Just saying. Sam Bankman-Fried was trying to cut out other cryptocurrency entities and be the guy doing the regulation or helping to influence the regulation, because he's like that with Gary Gensler. I mean, come on. He met with him even. What did Gary do? Shit. So let's just put it where it is. And okay, exactly. All right. There we go. Yes. Thank you. 100%. What's to say? This bill was pro-bank. Pro-Bitcoin crypto is self-custody. Well, yes, that's true. That is true. One of the things that I'm about to show you, though, is that we even had the Banking Association. So the people who helped Elizabeth Warren write her last or her most recent anti-crypto bill, the Banking Association, they're the ones who penned it, actually wrote a letter to Biden. In fact, I think that's the next thing I have up for you. Yeah, right here. Hang on one second. And links to everything I'm showing you in the description. So go ahead, check that out. And I get the right one here. Yeah. All right. There we go. And if you go to this particular link right here, she puts a link to the entire full letter that the Banking Association sent to the White House. And again, remember, these are the people that actually helped Warren write her anti-crypto bill. And they are telling Biden, please do not veto this, because they know they need to be able to custody assets to be able to help banks. Okay. Need to be able to start custodying assets in order to meet the transition. Otherwise, again, they're going to be going the way of the proverbial dinosaur. Crypto jar in the house. Glad to see you here, sir. Welcome, welcome. Always good to have you here. I don't think you know what you're talking about. You struggle to talk. Well, thank you. I appreciate your comments. And you know what? You don't have to listen. See you later. I don't give a shit if you like the way I talk or not. But common sense dictates. End of story. Common sense dictates what I'm saying. And everything I'm saying is backed up by links in the description. So feel free to go ahead and check those out on your own. Do a little bit of research on your own, and maybe you'll come to a common sense conclusion. Jar, yes, I hope you had a good weekend as well, sir. Appreciate that. All right. Yeah, you're right. I see a ban coming potentially. Listen, hey, I got no issue with people telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you don't like it, get the fuck out. It's that simple. That simple. You just said the bill was bad. No, I didn't say the bill was bad. What I said was the Banking Association, who wrote Elizabeth Warren's most recent anti-crypto bill, sent a letter to Biden asking him not to veto SAB-121. That's what I said. Maybe I'm talking a little too fast for you. And yes, I think he has lost his mind a little bit. Anyway, let's keep going. So you've got people in the Banking Association looking to have the ability to be able to get rid of this SAB-121. And Biden is basically saying, screw you. I'm going to do what I want anyway. And you know why? You know, in other tweets I put out, it potentially because what? Now, you know, we got the whole deal going on with Trump, so maybe he thinks this election's a lock. I have no idea. Again, if you want to see more about what I got to say about that, you're going to have to go to Patreon because that was an after hours crypto on Friday that I showed you a few things and talked my opinion about that. After hours crypto isn't always necessarily crypto related, but it is alcohol fueled. I'll go with that. Oh my God. And I'm at a loss for words. Very good, Chris. Very good. Very good. All right, let's bring up this next one. Now, in here, this is help me, Tom Farley, former New York Stock Exchange president. Boy, I cannot talk this morning. He's got that about right. And anyway, on the Squawk box and doing a talk about crypto and well, you know what? I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to let him do the talking. And we're going to break this into two things because there's two things I wanted to address here. In this first part, let's talk about the Biden veto is where they're going to start. And then about senators, congressmen jumping in pro crypto. So let's, I'm going to kick that off.
Similar kind of argument from former President Trump. I don't know where the Democrats, I mean, I don't think the Democrats have been as vociferous about it, but then you have a whole bunch of, frankly, Democrats in crypto who are some of the most prominent people in the business. So it's very hard to try to understand how you think politics and crypto relate. Obviously, regulation is in the middle of that.
I could not have predicted this, Andrew, but I'm not sure there's a more politicized issue right now in America than digital assets. Like, let's go back through the month of May. May 8th, the administration comes out and says, we're going to veto a relatively benign bipartisan bill working its way through Congress. President Trump sees that on May 11th and says, there's a place for crypto in my administration.
Which is smart.
85, 90 million Americans that own crypto look at that and say, well, that seems reasonable. The administration, the Democratic Party realizes, oh, geez, maybe we're on the wrong side of politics.
Which they are.
They then say, we won't veto an additional bill that's working its way through the House and ultimately passes the House. President Trump then doubles down, says, not only is there a home for crypto, I want to support it. I want it to develop here in America because I want to support interesting new technologies in this country. Then the administration looks at it and says, well, we have to do something. the Ethereum ETF gets approved also in May. And if you're keeping score at home, and I know this is a dizzying amount of developments, ETH, many years ago, the SEC came out and said, not a security. For the last couple of years, the SEC has been treating it as a security. Last week, by approving this ETH ETF, definitively is saying once and for all, not a security. So you basically have both parties realizing you have a large electorate, mostly male, many non-white, disproportionately non-white, who are interested in digital assets, interested in seeing develop. And so both parties are saying, what can we do to be helpful? It certainly all started with May 11th at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump saying, hey, there's a place here in my administration.
Hey, Tom, I have a different question because I've heard the figure that you
that's the second thing I wanted to kind of go over in a minute. But right now, just to look that over, and I put up 100 Air's comment. Matter of fact, let me change the screen here. There we go. I put up 100 Air's comment. There was a great timeline and for the month of May on X on this issue. Yes, and I think I shared it, as a matter of fact, on X. But I thought that this video was a great recap, a great synopsis. And you know, video is always a little bit better than the reading. And who the hell wants to listen to me read? Obviously, some people in this chat don't want to hear me read. And yes, Mike, yes, to just play to what you were saying. Yes, sometimes Bailey's in the coffee does solve the stress. Yes. If the SEC was a person, it has some kind of mental disorder. You're correct there, Jar. You are correct. You are correct. But to the point, like I said, why in fairness, okay, Biden said he was going to end up vetoing this particular bill. And even though he was later saying that he wouldn't veto the next bill that's coming, which has only passed the House, hasn't passed the Senate yet. That's coming. It's been moved to the Senate for a vote. We'll see if that makes it through. That's the FIT 21 that's going through now into the Senate. But the SAB-121, I'm sorry, it just ends up putting way too much power back in the hands of the SEC. It just does. Now, the other piece, and I was quoting a different study like last week when I was talking about how many Americans were in crypto. I was quoting the approximately 50 million U.S. residents currently in crypto. And they're going to address the number that he just threw out, which was 80 million. And what he did was he took an aggregate of a bunch of different studies and help me, polls that have been taken, and he gave you that number. But I thought it was interesting to point out, and the reason I want to point it out, because again, old guy on the interwebs here, that the way the commentator breaks it down, there's only so many people under 35, so that would mean that a bunch of different age brackets, older age brackets, would own crypto. And I would like to think that that's the case. I can tell you from my YouTube analytics that right now the majority of my the people who watch my channel are between 35 and I think it's 45. I think that's the breakdown that's there. But I do have some that are older than that, up into the 60 bracket. A few that are a little bit younger. I think I'm a little too old for some of these young people. But anyway, I want to let him play this just so you can understand where these numbers are coming from. And when I talk about it, I might revise the numbers because the way he talks about it, frankly, makes sense to me. All right, let's play that out just so you can hear that.
Mentioned bandied about a lot, and it's never made sense to me. Maybe you can make more sense of it. Maybe you know the provenance of it. This figure that 90 million Americans own crypto. If you think about it, there are only about 200 million Americans over the age, I believe, of 18 years old in this country, which would mean that physically half of them, including people who are much, much older, and if you think about the curve in terms of retirees, that they all own crypto. I ask taxi drivers quite regularly and just people on the street whether they own crypto, and I will tell you it is not typically that half of them say that they own crypto at all. So I've never understood where that figure comes from.
Well, first of all, the estimates are all over them.
Okay, just for 1 second. I think I mentioned in a live stream, excuse me, not all that long ago, that I was at a family event, bunch of family, haven't seen in a while, and I did the same thing. I asked, kind of, peated it out here if they'd heard about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, whatever. And for the most part, the answer was no. Matter of fact, one of them was just completely clueless, had no idea. Even explaining it was like tough to wrap the head around it. So I get where he's coming from with the question. Anyway, I'm going to let him finish up, Tom finish up here, and then we'll go from
the
there.
map. I've seen 70, I've seen 85, I've seen 93. People will put their names to it. They have entire buildups of exactly what it is. Andrew, if it's wrong by 5x, shouldn't we support a great new technology in this country, especially because it's a very motivated group of people who care deeply about digital assets. But just punch into your Google machine right there, Andrew. You'll see a number of studies that come up that broadly put the number between 70 and 95 million.
Yeah,
in terms of
I've seen the studies. That's what. By the way, I
haven't done the study. If you're asking me to measure the veracity of the study, I kind of I look at them all and I weigh the ones that have a high number, a low number, and I gave you an estimate here on air without having a big note set at the bottom of my comment.
Right. All right. Enough of that. The point is that it's obviously a wide age demographic of people who are invested in crypto in the United States. FF in the house, F plus in the chat, people. F in the chat for FF. Appreciate you being here, sir. What's this? What 100 Air say? My family likes the other. I can't read that. Old guy trying to read this stuff. I'll tell you what. Oh man, appreciate all of you. Appreciate you, man. My eyes, ooh, doggy. Anyway, all right. So that's what I wanted to get to with regard to the news from last week and Biden's veto of the SAB-121 repeal vote that came through Congress to his desk for his signature. Basically saying no. Now, what's the next processes? It gets kicked back and to Congress, and in theory, if they have enough votes, they can override the veto. Now, it did pass the Senate with 60 votes, but I'm not sure that that's enough to clear it. I'm sorry, I probably should have done that research before I came live. But the fact of the matter is, if there are enough congressional votes, the veto can be overridden. We'll see if they're even going to bother to try to do that. I do not know. We'll keep you up to date on that as it comes. But the other piece of what I wanted to talk about, again, I started out with the whole Trump thing. I don't care if you like him. I don't care if you hate him. It doesn't freaking matter. The fact of the matter is, if they can do it to him, they can do it to any one of us. End of story. And, the Biden administration definitely, oh, corn. Okay, now I got you 100. Thank you. keeping the old guy's eyes honest. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry. Trying to check out the live chat there. Anyway, and then obviously the Biden administration, no fans, no friends to the cryptocurrency space, hell, or the tech space. Let's be honest. They want control of shit in order to be able to manipulate shit, much like we're seeing again today in the stock market with regard to GME. Okay, but I saw this over the weekend as well, and it really gave me concern. Again, part for the course of having the flag that you'll see as I move these screens around in the background flying in the stress, because honestly, the way this all pieces together, and again, next one is about InfoWars and Alex Jones. And again, don't care if you like them, don't care if you hate them. The fact of the matter is, if they can do it to this guy who has such a humongous platform, they can do it to me, you, whoever. It just, unfortunately, is the truth. So I'm just going to touch on it real quick. Feel free to put your 2 cents in as well. And this was one of the initial pieces of information. Again, links to all of this in the description of this live stream. Basically saying Fed attempts to shut down InfoWars tonight. And then it says Alex Jones breaks down in tears on the live show, blah, blah, blah. And we're not going to watch any of that. But the link to get that is, or to read that and see that, is right here if you're interested. So again, the links in the description below. Now, I don't know the why, I don't know the what altogether beyond the fact, well, what has been out in the news with them trying to charge him with different things. As a matter of fact, we're gonna end with one of these things before I wrap this whole kit and caboodle up here. Kit and caboodle. Boy, did I just show my age right there? Anyway, okay. So again, it's not about Alex Jones. It's just not, or InfoWars or whatever. It's just not. But if the government can come in and shut this down, who else can they shut down? Okay, hopefully I got my mic muted in time and I didn't just sneeze on air. So sorry about that, everybody. Sorry. But so that was one of the first things I saw. And here's the thing. I'm here saying it, but this lovely young lady whose handle on Twitter is Defender of the Republic, basically in about 40 seconds says the same thing I've been trying to say, probably a lot more eloquently, and not for nothing, I'm sure she's a lot more pleasant to look at than I. So I'll bring her up and you guys can listen to what she's got to say.
I've been on X listening and watching what is happening with Alex Jones right now. And I'm seeing the back and forth of people saying whether or not they like Alex Jones. It doesn't matter whether or not you like Alex Jones. What matters is what he's going through. Because imagine spending your entire life building a brand and a business for the government to come in and say, we're going to take you down because we don't like what you have to say. Imagine, put yourself in someone else's shoes where the government, just like they're doing to Trump, ties you up financially because they don't want you to speak. That's what matters.
Exactly. She says it eloquently. And yeah. And what do we got? 100 Air saying, man, Ray Dalio is right. The extreme polarity of the parties ramps up near the end of a world order. Truth. And that's what we're seeing, man. I mean, obviously, it's not a stretch to see that the U.S. and its current direction is just not well at all. And yeah, it's only going to get worse if you ask me. This is going to be a hell of a lead up to the November elections, if you ask me. And here we go. Automatically, yes, she's a patty. Here we go. We're going to get the comments on the lovely young lady I just had up there. Yes, there you go. Oof, yeah. Exactly. And yeah, them eyes. Exactly. Anyway, well, I'm glad you all appreciated that. Like I said, looking at her better than looking at me. No argument there at all. No argument there. And I just wanted to put this up there to cap the Alex Jones thing. And then I'm going to just circle it back to, again, what can we do? And I don't even, you're just going to listen to me ramble, I guess, because I didn't have anything else necessarily ready to throw up on the screen. But I thought I saw this. It's again, I think it's like 30 seconds long or something. It's a clip of the Alex Jones trial, and then, brought it in with the whole Joe Rogan clip. They use this a lot in memes and stuff like that. So here, let me just bring it up. I think it's worthy.
One of the things you've been talking about on your show is your allegation that government officials are aiding in pedophilia, child trafficking, and the grooming of children, right?
You mean like what Jeffrey Epstein did with the Clintons?
Yeah, exactly. I love the judge's face.
Oh my goodness! Tomorrow's got that hand is ridiculous. Oh my God!
I love the judge's face in that. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Sorry, I had to share that. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right. The bottom line is this. Let's wrap this thing up. Obviously, things are not going well in this country. They're just not. They are going in a complete wrong direction. And how, if at all, does that affect cryptocurrency? Well, cryptocurrency has become, as I've put out in numerous live streams, again, links in the description to go see those live streams, crypto has become a political issue at this point. Self-custody has become a political issue at this point. Bitcoin has become a political issue at this point. It's all your privacy. Good Lord, how can I forget that? Has become a political issue at this point. And how can we be prepared to be around that? You know what I'm going to say, I'm assuming, if you've been here for any length of time. I appreciate, looks like everybody appreciated that. Texas Seeds, I'm in. There you go. Excellent. You got to be able to live on crypto. Again, I think crypto is going to be the major way to do that. And I know you guys, especially those of you who are here on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, you're probably sick of hearing me say it. But to be able to do that, to be able to be outside the system, is the only way to insulate yourself from, or at least in some ways, to insulate yourself from persecution, from the coming collapse, from whatever it is that is coming, because who the hell knows, right? The other piece, again, I say dollar cost average into stuff like precious metals, gold, link to Acre Gold in this description. $50 a month, get it sent right to your door. I think stuff like that. Gold's been money since the beginning of time. So a combination of DCA into crypto, which again, show you how to do DCA with $25 every week. Crypto on the Rocks every Friday. Although this Friday, I don't believe I'm going to be doing Crypto on the Rocks. I might be doing after hours crypto, just to give you guys a heads up right now. I have a family gathering that I need to go to. So Crypto on the Rocks probably not happening this Friday night, but I may, if I'm back early enough, do an after hours section on Patreon. So we'll stay tuned. As we get closer to Friday, I'll let you know what the exact details. But when I'm on Crypto on the Rocks, I'm showing you how to take $25, dollar cost average into crypto. I take $15, put it into Bitcoin. You guys vote for whatever that other $10 goes into, and show you how to build some wealth using different, and I change up the portfolio every 6 months to give you different options of things you can invest into. I showed you Q1, I showed you Q 2023, the last quarter, last half, 2023 crypto portfolio on Crypto on the Rocks. Most of what we invested in that particular crypto portfolio, the ones you guys voted on, most of it was up. The portfolio as a whole had doubled. The price had doubled from what I invested to what the actual current valuation at that time was. And that was with, I think, tops three of the investments were negative. Not by much, mind you, they were only negative by a couple of percentage points. But the point is, overall, the entire portfolio had doubled in, what is that? 6 months time? 6 months time. And remember, the idea when I'm talking about this DCA is long-term hold. Hold it, stack it, and hold it. Stack it and hold it. And 100 Air saying, hold on, let me bring it up here. Oh, wait, no, that's not the right one. Where did it go? Wow, that just scrolled out of my way on me. I hate that I missed Crypto on the Rocks. I was running power and internets to the mining. Hey, got to get that crypto mining there. So get those machines mining your crypto. So, hey, it is what it is, man. You're half the time you're on the show. So no worries. You do what you got to do. You're welcome anytime. You know that. I love when you're on, you're kind of like that voice of common sense under there. So I appreciate that. Because sometimes, have a little too much to drink and then the common sense goes out the window. Anyway, so that's the DCA portion of what I show you. The other piece, again, entire playlist on my YouTube channel, Living on Crypto series. I use primarily Dash in those videos, but I did show another using the Exodus wallet and so on and so forth, trying to access Refill, that kind of thing, so you could live on crypto literally as today. In that series also is the interview I did with Joel Valenzuela, where we talked exactly about that. This guy been living on crypto for over a decade and doesn't even have a bank account. So this is how he literally survives from day to day. And the time to do that is before you need to do that. That's the key to that. And then again, finally, like I said, if you are looking to diversify your portfolio, not only in crypto, like in the DCA section or in the spending, living on crypto section, but then something like precious metals. There you go. And, for those who are more probably close to my age or even older who might be watching this on the replay, I get it. You know the stock market, and that might feel more comfortable to you. And while I'm not necessarily pissing on the stock market, although I kind of am with this whole GME thing, I don't know that make it part of your portfolio. Again, here we go. Let's put it up here before somebody says something. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy interwebs. There it is. You do your own research. Use this as the beginning point, the stepping off point, the figuring it out point, and go from there. And Jar is saying he's doing that right now. Nice. Appreciate you being here while you're doing that. That's awesome. All right, guys, that's pretty much what I got. And here you go, Jar. You're getting questions now. Automatic Beats wants to know when we're going to see the videos about the shed. I think you put a couple out, didn't you? But I think I'd love to see more coming. And under there saying it's a shipping container. There you go. I love it. Deep in mining shed. Yeah, deep in. What you get to vote for next half 2024 DCA portfolio. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out. Join me tomorrow. Join me, Jar, and FF tomorrow. Matrix Money Podcast, 10 a.m. What are we talking about? I don't know. Quite frankly, we ain't even decided yet. But we're going to be talking about something good. We always do. Maybe you can get Jar to talk about his mining shed. I don't know. Let's see where it goes. And then I'll be back live Wednesday, 10 a.m., Thursday, 10 a.m., and then Friday night, probably not this week for Crypto on the Rock. Sorry about that, guys. But I'll let you know again as it comes closer. Awesome stream. Thank you very much, Automatic Beats. As always, appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who was here today. Thank you for all your activity in the live chat. Appreciate that. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. And like I said, I'll see you tomorrow with Jar and FF on the Matrix Money Podcast. Have a great day. I'll see you then.